Today I want to talk about yet another genius. This is Clev, or Clevicular. If you don't follow LuxMaxing community, there is a high chance that you have never seen him. I have made a list of his achievements so you can see why is he famous. So let's start with the most absurd one. We all know that you can use caffeine and nicotine to reduce your appetite so you can diet better. Well, don't worry, this guy found a healthy alternative to this. It's a little more expensive if you know what I mean. I found at least 2 clips of him explaining how he uses Heisenberg's special sauce to reduce hunger when dieting.
It's stimulant.
Do you smoke meth?
No.
You inject
Everything
it?
is doctor prescribed. No, oral.
Wait. You're telling me you got a doctor prescription for crystal?
There is no way that this clip is real. Who is this guy's doctor and why is he prescribing crystal to teenagers? Imagine going to your doctor's office and you tell him, "I'm not feeling well. Let's try something new. See these drugs? We're gonna do all of them." I'm willing to bet that this guy does these things just for legal purposes and he's actually not allowed to say who is giving him crystal meth because police will probably lock him up. But it's pretty funny to see him explain obtaining crystal meth is pretty easy, like buying chocolate from the store. He also uses steroids since he was 14 years old. Fun fact, both of his parents were bodybuilders. That explains why he developed body dysmorphia at such a young age. When people ask him why is he using steroids, he simply says that he doesn't want to work out. He wants to get muscle as fast as possible without any effort. He also appeared on a Fresh and Fit podcast and was asked by the guy to rate every single girl on a scale.
Well, her mid face is way too long. Obviously, she's got the jowls coming in, horrible nasolabial folds. Horrible total facial width to height ratio. Just really bad age indicators, but obviously at 30, that's not something really that's going to surprise me. Her upper maxilla is super recessed, horrible infraorbitals. That's why your under eyes are coming in like hell. Really recessed chin. All the facial convexities are wrong. Her radix is recessed. Moving on. Okay, well, how much time do we have on the podcast?
This is also not the craziest thing that he ever said to another person. He also rated Neon and Aiden Ross and told them they look below average on their live stream. There is only one clip I saw of this guy rating his own appearance. And even in that clip he cried how his genetics are not good enough.
What's your opinion on Romulus? I don't really have one because there's nothing going on. He's a good-looking dude, obviously, extremely good-looking. But we're talking about a guy who is a top-tier model before he even knew what LuxMaxing was, right? He was born that way, and that's very evident. I don't think anyone believes the guy ascended. And he's a good-looking guy, better-looking than me, so props to fucking him. Congrats with his whole modeling career. I'm very happy for the guy that he's genetically blessed. But it's, with that said, genetically blessed. There's no ascension, there's no secret method. The guy was always good looking. We could look back to pictures of him in 2022, as early as 2022, where he's a top model. And it's like, dude, you're not really a LuxMaxer. Which is fine. I think that's arguably better. That's way cooler. If you could come and say, I didn't have to do fucking shit, and I'm better looking than you. That's what I would do if I was him.
But I really saw how insecure he was after I found out he paid $35,000 for jaw surgery. This guy is really spending half of his money on steroids, peptides, and jaw surgeries. As a matter of fact, how are these LuxMaxers even affording to live? At first, I found out that he is sponsored by his friend's hair supplement brand. What it was even more interesting was that I found out that he's also sponsored by the peptide company, selling his course. And I know what you're thinking, who is even buying this shitty stuff? I was shocked to find out that over 1,000 people bought his course on how to be a crackhead. We can do a pretty simple math and we can find out how much money he's making in a month. He makes around $60,000 a month. Let that sink in. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and subscribe so I can afford my gambling addiction.